Jeff Cohen was all over the place during the early years of the 1980s. Starting in 1983, the young actor appeared in Tales from the Dark Side, Webster, Little Shots, The Facts of Life, and of course, The Goonies. He played Chunk, the kid with a penchant for telling tall tales and clumsiness. But Cohen has said he wasn't the one who gave up on acting. He started his career as the funny fat kid, and that's how the business saw him. So when he started hitting puberty and losing the weight, they weren't quite sure what to do with him. So instead of building his acting resume, he cultivated a network on the business and legal side of the industry. By 1991, Cohen quit acting to study law at Berkeley and UCLA. As the head of his own law firm, he has become a renowned Hollywood dealmaker. He co-founded his law firm, Cohen Gardner LLP, which is based in Beverly Hills, and specializes in the many legal aspects of film, TV development, production, and distribution. Lisa Jakub had a lengthy career as a young actor, but she is best known for playing the eldest child of Robin Williams' character in Mrs. Doubtfire. She also had roles in Independence Day, The Twilight Zone, and The Beautician and the Beast. Despite these successes, she decided to leave acting. On her blog, she discussed her reasons, explaining that the pressure and competitiveness of the job got to be too much. She wrote, "I decided I should leave before I became one of those alcoholic, eating disorder-ravaged, drug-addicted train wrecks of a former child star." Jakub is now a writer, yoga instructor, and a leader of mental health workshops. She wrote the books You Look Like That Girl, A Child Actor Stops Pretending and Finally Grows Up, and Not Just Me, Anxiety, Depression, and Learning to Embrace Your Weird. And she has also written for numerous online publications. Peter Ostrom had great luck when he was recruited from a children's theater in Cleveland for the starring role of Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Released in 1971, the film tells the story of an eccentric candy maker named Willy Wonka, who opens his whimsical factory to the public for the first time. The 13-year-old was an overnight star, but he had other priorities. His family had bought a horse, sparking his interest in veterinary work. Since getting his doctorate from Cornell, he has become a highly successful vet and dairy consultant in New York. Dr. Ostrom explained that after working on Willy Wonka, he fell in love with taking care of animals. He said, "Acting was fine, but I wanted something more steady, and the key is to find something that you love doing, and that's what my profession has given to me." It's no small feat to make your screen debut in a major Hollywood blockbuster. That was the reality for Carrie Hinn, who at age 9 was cast as Rebecca Newt Jordan in Aliens. James Cameron's Aliens went in a decidedly different direction than its Ridley Scott-directed predecessor. While Alien was essentially a haunted house movie in space, the sequel became an action-packed military adventure film. Following the success of the film, one would imagine she'd want to build on that momentum. Instead, she decided to let herself be a normal kid. After graduating from California State University, with degrees in liberal studies and child development, Hinn fulfilled her lifelong dream of becoming a teacher. Nonetheless, she remains grateful for her Aliens experience, even appearing at Comic-Con for the film's 30th anniversary in 2016. Charlie Korsmo stole the show in several cult classics of the 1990s. He is well known for his award-nominated roles as the title character's protege in Dick Tracy, Peter Pan's son in Hook, and also co-starring in the Bill Murray-Richard Dreyfuss comedy What About Bob? While he showed up again in the 1998 teen comedy Can't Hardly Wait, he hasn't done much since then. It turns out he wasn't all that interested in turning acting into a career, and he decided to change direction in college. He graduated with a physics degree from MIT and worked in the public sector before completing his law studies at Yale. He has become an esteemed legal scholar, even being nominated to the Barry Goldwater Scholarships Board of Trustees by Barack Obama. Settling in Cleveland as a corporate law professor, Korsmo has turned his love of the law into quite a successful career. Ariana Richards played Lex, one of the two main kids in the original Jurassic Park. By the time she starred in the 1993 movie, she had already had a number of TV and movie roles. She also reprised her role in Jurassic Park: The Lost World in 1997. Richards won several Young Artist Awards for her acting as a child, but but she stopped acting in her early 20s to focus primarily on her art career. She finished her degree from Skidmore College, where she graduated with honors in drama and art. She has since become one of the most celebrated young portrait artists of our time. Art has long been a tradition in her family, so she divides her time between her art studios in the United States, South America, and Western Europe. Michael Oliver's career may have only lasted 6 years, but when your first role out of the gate is the meanest little kid in movies, there isn't much else you need to do after that. Although the actor had small roles in projects like Forrest Gump and Eraser, it's his portrayal as Junior in Problem Child and Problem Child 2 where he left his impact on the world of entertainment, but he pretty much vanished from the screen after 1996. According to Oliver, around the time his parents pursued legal action against the studio for failing to pay them the money they were owed, they lost their house, and he was also becoming disinterested in acting. He likens his life experience to the opposite of a kid wondering what it must be like to be famous. To him, he was looking at the lives of normal kids and wondering what that was like. Since then, he has opted for a more quiet life, taking a 9-to-5 job in tech support, which for him has been a more fulfilling path. Stacy Keenan began her acting career when she branched out from modeling into commercials, voiceovers, and jingles, and then got roles in several miniseries and television specials. Her first starring role was as Nicole Bradford in the TV comedy My Two Dads. She received both the Youth in Film Award and 16 Magazine's Top TV Newcomer Award. In 1989, she made the horror film Lisa, and then landed on the TV show Step by Step. In the 2000s, she transitioned to the big screen, starring in multiple projects while also earning a law degree. You may know her as Stacy Keenan, but these days she goes by her birth name of Anastasia Sigorsky and works as a deputy district attorney for Los Angeles County. She has also taken up lecturing, having returned to her alma mater as an adjunct associate professor of law. Josh Savino was 12 when he started acting. His very first role was as Kid Bells in The Wrong Guys from 1988. That same year, he was cast as Paul Pfeiffer in the coming-of-age TV classic The Wonder Years. Savino captivated audiences for 6 seasons with the trials and triumphs of Kevin Arnold's nerdy best friend. Unlike his castmates, he didn't follow the entertainment industry into adulthood, at least not directly. He attended Yale University and then became a partner at the law firm Morris & Cohen, where he specialized in artists' intellectual property disputes and other financial transactions. He eventually used his expertise in creative entrepreneurship to found the startup companies Act 3 Advisors and Spotlight Advisory Group. Savino may no longer be in the spotlight himself, but he is dedicated to handing it off to a new generation of artists. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist, and then visit the channel to search the Recollection Road Library. As always, thank you so much for watching.